Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm back with you with another video. Today I want to talk about should you consider picking up the Samsung S20 Ultra in 2021. Now, of course, this phone was released last year, so it was one of Samsung's top flagship devices. However, due to overpricing, it didn't do too well, meaning it didn't sell very well. It was very overly priced at $1,400. Now keep in mind that does not even count taxes. Okay, so that's a lot of money, and most people right now, especially with what's going on in the world, are not paying $1,400 for a phone. It's not worth it, especially when these phones depreciate so rapidly after they're released. So if you're smart and you don't and you know you don't have it like that, and you really want certain types of devices, especially flagships, because most flagships are ranging between $1,000 or more, I would say save your money and wait till that price drop to a price that you feel comfortable with, price you can live with. Then just go purchase the phone outright. But there's another option. If you want, say if you have a device you can trade in. Now Samsung does have excellent trade in. So if you have something fairly decent, you can get a good amount of money taken off the device. So say if you could get anywhere between $500 to $600 off, the price, for whatever you have to trade in, that's good. Now, if you have something really old to trade in, you might not get as much. So the newer the device, the more money you're going to get in the trade. But Samsung still, in some circumstances, still would give more money, on certain devices than you would think. It just depends on what type of device it is. All right, so those are your options. But $1,400, this was drastically overpriced. Now, the reason why, and I'm going to tell you right from the beginning, when I said, should you consider picking this up now in 2021? I'm going to say absolutely yes. I'm not going to wait to the end of the video to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that right now. You should. If you like Samsung products and you prefer big, heavy phones, I would definitely suggest you pick this device up, because it's definitely worth picking up. I mean, it's a flagship device. It has all the bells and whistles, all the features, everything you want in the phone it has, except the headphone jack. But everything it definitely has. So you would definitely not be losing anything by picking this up. Now, keep in mind also, it has a charger and a set of headphones in the box as well, unlike the S21 Ultra. Now, we know the S21 Ultra is the new boy on the block. It has the new design that everybody's excited about, and the newer cameras, but it's really not a whole lot of improvements with that phone from this one. Now, I say if you're coming from an S8, or say if you're coming from an S9, then it's going to be a big jump. But keep in mind, if you consider this device, you're still going to pay considerably less money than you would for the S21 Ultra. And also keep in mind what you're losing. You're not getting no expandable memory. You're not getting a charger in the box, and you're not getting any headphones. So keep that in mind. All right. So let's get started. So let me give you some reasons why I believe you should consider picking up this device in 2021. So first, here you got a 6.9-inch Quad HD Plus Super AMOLED Infinity O display with 120 hertz refresh rate and HDR10 plus. So to me, Samsung, it is no doubt about it, in my opinion, and the opinion of most techies, Samsung makes the best displays on any device, period. Okay, this device is absolutely beautiful. It has a beautiful display. Okay, Quad HD Plus, Super AMOLED Dynamic AMOLED display. I'm sorry. Super Dynamic AMOLED Infinity O display, excuse me. All right, and 120 hertz refresh rate, which makes the performance of this phone super buttery smooth when you're scrolling, and also when you're going in and out of apps. So I know to the average person, you might not care about that, but I promise you, once you start using 120 hertz, you're going to love it. Now, the only thing that they messed up on is that you can't use the 120 hertz at its full resolution, only at full HD plus. But the display is so beautiful too. I think you'll be fine with the Full HD Plus. Now with the S21 Ultra, you can do it at its highest resolution, but the Full HD Plus doesn't look bad at all, honestly. Now I can tell the difference between Full HD Plus and Quad HD, but you'll adjust to the Full HD Plus to use that 120 hertz refresh rate, honestly. So you got this great build quality on this device. Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and the back, an aluminum frame. And the design is not my favorite design because the camera hump is so huge. But I'll say this, once you put a case on it, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it takes up half or more than half the back of the phone. But after you put a case on it, you know, it doesn't look that bad. Now, if you're going to rock it without a case, keep in mind it is a fingerprint magnet. And if you don't want your phone looking all nasty and dirty, you might want to just put a case on it. Now, you don't have to put a big, giant, thick, heavy case on it, but just put a case on it. They are thin cases. They're leather cases. They're all types of cases. So if you don't like a big, giant case, there are thinner cases. But keep in mind, you want to protect this device. You don't want it, you know, your screen to get shattered. You don't want the back to get messed up. You want to keep it as pristine and beautiful as possible. It does come with a pre-installed screen protector on it. So I suggest you keep that on unless you're going to replace it with a tempered glass screen protector. So it already comes with one. So if you don't want to put one on, leave that one on. That comes with the phone. All right. So the display to me is the number one thing I love about this phone. Then you got the always on display, which I love. Samsung makes the best always on display. LG's right after that. You got your fingerprint sensor right here, your ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensor, which works pretty well. Samsung did make some improvements to it, even though I know that the S21 Ultra works a little bit better and it's a little bit bigger, but this one still works, you know, pretty well. Not the best. Still, in my opinion, OnePlus still makes the best in-display fingerprint sensors so far in the market. Keep in mind, you're also getting face unlock. You're going to get dynamic and live wallpapers. I'll show you. These are the this is just one of them. Like every time when you turn the phone off, you turn it back on, it's going to be a different wallpaper. These are the Samsung's dynamic wallpapers. Now the live wallpapers are different. I'm not going to show you that right at this moment, but it's a live wallpaper. Basically, it moves and all that. But you know, with me, I get bored so quickly. I like to look at something different every time I turn on and turn off my phone. That's why I prefer the dynamic wallpapers, because they constantly change. And you can pick 5 different categories when it comes to these wallpapers that will display on your lock screen. Of course, I'm using HD wallpapers on the front that changes every minute because I like variety. I like to see something different every time I'm looking at my device. That's just me though. All right, so you're also getting dual stereo speakers. Now the speakers on this phone sound really, really great. I'll let you hear a little bit real quick. Play a movie.
Powerful, but flawed like her. I wield my father's, and it has never known defeat.
As you can see, it has a little teeny front-facing camera that's really small. You're gonna barely notice that it's so small. So you're basically looking at all screen. Really no bezels. So as you can hear, those speakers sound really good. Very impressed. Samsung did a great job with the dual stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos on this device. They sound really good. You're getting 12 gigs of RAM, so that's plenty of RAM. For those of you that like to multitask and do a lot of different things, you're going to be able to do it on this device. You're going to be able to hold a lot of apps open in the background with 12 gigs of RAM. You're also getting a whopping 5,000 milliamp battery. Now for me, I get a day and a half with heavy usage, so I'm a power user. So usually my brightness is at 95%. I got pretty much every feature on. I'm watching media all day. So I'm a power user. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you just how good this battery is, okay? I want you to look real close to see where it says battery and device care. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on battery. See down there? 1 day and 1 hour since I last charged this. Now let me show you the screen on time. See that right up there at the top? 9.5 hours of screen on time. So the battery on this phone is an absolute monster. So you're not going to have any issues with the battery life on this phone. Not at all. Okay? All right. Let me put that down for a sec. So you get, and also check this out. You're going to get 40, you have 45 watt charging capability. So you got super fast wired charging at 45 watts. Now you get a 25 watt super fast charger in the box, but it's capable of 45 watt super fast charging. So if you want that, you can always go on Amazon and get a third party 45 watt charger, which I've done, and it definitely charges the phone, I think, a good 10 minutes faster than the 25 watt. Now, to some, you may think that's not a big deal, but the chargers are really not that expensive either. You can get the 45 watt charger now for like 15 bucks. So if you wanted to charge a little bit faster on those days you really are in a hurry and you need your phone to charge really quickly, you'll be able to do that because it has 45 watt capability, unlike the S21 Ultra, which they reduced it just to 25. You're also getting IP68 water and dust resistance, so you don't have to worry about any type of water damage to this device. You can submerge it up to 5 feet of water for 30 minutes and your phone will be fine. You're getting 15 watt fast wireless charging, 9 watt reverse wireless charging, expandable memory up to 1 terabyte, unlike the S21 Ultra, which you get no expandable memory. They took that away, which I don't know why. That wasn't a good move by Samsung. You're also getting Samsung DeX, get that laptop experience on a monitor, you know, your TV or your computer, and you can still use your phone like you normally do. So I already did a little tutorial on that. You can check that out at your leisure. So you got Samsung DeX, which I absolutely love. You got Samsung Pay, but this one does have the MST, which means the magnetic secure transmission, which basically, you know, everybody don't have the up-to-date terminal. So if you go to certain terminals, any terminal that use a credit card or anything like that, you'll be able to use Samsung Pay, unlike the S20 Ultra, which they took MST away. So that's another thing they took away from the newer devices. Also, of course, you're getting edge panels, which I love, and I use edge panels every day. I think these are very, very helpful. Now, if you don't use them, they're not going to be helpful to you, but I use them, so they're very helpful to me. I love edge panels. You're getting, with this phone, of course, you got Android 11, and you're going to get upgradable to Android 13. So this phone is going to be good for the next 3 years when it comes to software updates. That means Android updates and also One UI updates straight from Samsung. All right. You're getting Secure Folder. I love Secure Folder. Secure Folder is nice, especially if you want to keep certain things private. See, here you can use a pen or your fingerprint. You go in here and you can see galleries already in here, your calendar, contacts, camera, internet, my files, and Samsung Notes. If you hit the plus, you can add even more excuse me, apps to Secure Folder if you want. Okay, so I love Secure Folder. As soon as you exit out of it, it automatically locks. Now you can program that by just going into settings and see it says here lock type, pin or fingerprints, auto lock, secure lock automatically each time you leave the app. Of course, you can change that to 5 minutes, 10 minutes when the screen powers off. You can change it, but it's better just to do it every single time you leave the app. It automatically locks the folder. So that's what you want. I love Secure Folder. I wish every phone had that, but I know like with Xiaomi, they have second space as opposed to a folder. And I believe, I think LG has a folder too, if I'm not mistaken. All right, you're also getting AKG USB Type-C headphones. The headphones to me sound very, very good. They're very high quality. Something you don't get with the S21 Ultra. No headphones at all. Getting the Snapdragon 865 with the Adreno 650 GPU. So I know the newest one on the block now is the 888, Snapdragon 888. But you're really not going to notice the difference between that and this. I mean, maybe a 5% difference in speed, but really not. This Snapdragon 865 is going to be fast enough for you, and it's going to last you a while. So this was just last year's processor, so you're gonna be fine with that. You get NFC, Bluetooth 5.1, link to Windows, FM radio, 32-bit DAC, which sounds really nice. And with the cameras, you're getting a 40 megapixel wide selfie camera on the front, which you can see is very, very small. I mean, it's really small. Think about that, 40 megapixels. And this thing takes really good selfies. I know there are YouTubers out there that complain about how they don't like Samsung's front-facing camera. It smooths your skin or it makes you look too good. But look, I don't mind. Anything that can make me look even better, I'm cool with it. I don't have an issue with the front-facing camera at all. Not at all. So you got the 40 megapixel wide selfie on the front. You're getting 4 cameras on the rear. You're getting 108 megapixel wide, a 48 megapixel periscope, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 3 megapixel time of flight sensor. Also, of course, you're getting optical image stabilization, 4 times optical zoom, 10 times hybrid zoom, and 100 times space zoom, along with super steady video. So I'll say this, and I did a review on this phone already if you want to check that out. Thing takes great pictures, great videos. So I think you will absolutely love the cameras on this device. Absolutely love them. I know I do. I don't have any issues with the cameras on here at all. Now the camera hump is just huge. And I don't think Samsung had to make them that big. You know, that hump that big. They could have made the phone a little thicker. But it is what it is. Like I said, you slap a case on there, not a problem. It just makes the bump go away. So there's no issue with it being on a table and really rocking, unless you're pushing it hard like that. But other than that, for the most part, you're not going to have no problem. Now, I don't really use my phone flat on a table surface. My phone is always in my hand. So I don't know why people complain so much about using the phone on a flat surface. Like, I just don't do that. Now, I'm not saying everybody, does the same thing because we're all different, but you're not going to have an issue with the camera hump, especially if you use a case. Most people put cases on their phone. Not saying all, but most, because they want to protect their device. So that would be my suggestion. Just use a case and you'll be fine. All right, so those are all the reasons I think you definitely should consider upgrading to the S20 Ultra, or just buying it outright. Like, you could just be, like I said, you could be coming from an older phone. You could be coming from like the S9 and you want to upgrade, or the S10 and you want to upgrade to S20. And like, you're a person that likes a big, heavy phone with a big display and a bright display. This is definitely worth it. Because like I said, I read to you not even all the things that it has and it could do, but that's basically the foundation and the meat of what this device can do. It's fully loaded. It's packed with everything you could think of it, like I said, except a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. But it has everything else you could want in a device. Okay, standard, it comes with 128 gigs of internal storage, but they do have a 256 variant and a 512 variant. So you do have options. So that was just my quick reasons as to, should you consider picking up the Galaxy S20 Ultra in 2020? I'm going to say yes, a resounding yes, definitely. Because it's a beast of a phone. Great cameras, great display, great battery life, 120 hertz refresh rate. I mean, face unlock, IP68, reverse wireless charging, fast wired charging, great audio experience with the dual speakers, great build quality. You're getting everything. All right. So thank you for taking the time to view this content. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. All right. And I hope everybody out there is doing well and keeping safe. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.